Kapa Hawaiian FM 100.3, 99.1, and online at kaparadio.com. Another edition of the Cup Cafe. And this week we are very excited. We probably talk to him more now that he's moved than we've ever in the last 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Damon Williams. Good morning, brother.
Oh, Ria. Thank you guys. How you guys
How
doing?
you, bro?
I feel great. I just ran 4 miles in Keaukaha and took a dip, and now I'm on the phone with you. I mean, what could be better?
Nice. So you're on Hawaii Island for the week or so?
Yes, I am here with the infamous Napua Greg to do a cleanse that has been going very well, and we both feel exceptionally great.
Amazing. Awesome.
Angelfarms.com.
You do these often.
I like to get tickled, so no. I actually did one with my mother 9 years ago. So I just did like a 3-day maintenance, as they call it, a maintenance session.
Yeah.
Napua did the full 10-day. So it's really amazing stuff. I mean, like, I'm not trying to be funny or cute, but it's, in my opinion, the most comprehensive and effective health center in the state without question, and one of on earth, like, for real, bro.
Yeah, Kaya and I have done that a few times because of you. After I don't think we've gone to the extent that you have gone, but we've gone to the one in Kau, which was nice and cozy and super comfortable. You know, especially if somebody's kind of nervous about it. Are you in? One of the things that maybe a lot of people don't know about it, you have become somewhat of a vintage car restorer. Are you in one of the Benzos right now?
Oh, buddy, I'm how can I flip this thing? I'm just waiting. Look at that. What is that? Is that 233,000, and it's a brand new tranny on it. So, like, this one's going to be rolling till just about 400,000 miles on the tranny job it's got. I'm just waiting for when you're ready for one, bro. I know you're a brum guy. Bro,
this guy sends me when some are for sale, he sends me the article. What got you into that?
When I had my daughter, who is only 2.5 years old, I basically kind of just researched safe cars, like, safety stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that popped up was Volvo. Those are, infamous for being the safest car in America.
Right.
The early 90s Volvo 240s and the 80s and early 90s Mercedes cars. And then I started just kind of like, you noodle around, and you start looking at the different feeds that come down, and the diesel Mercedes, it's hailed at being like the second safest car like ever built, because it's like 4,000 pounds for a sedan. The diesel engine is like a Shindaiwa, lawn weed eater. It just, as long as you take care of it and change the fluids regularly, they kind of last forever. So I was lucky to pick up some really nice specimens, a couple in California, and the rest I found here, and I learned how to do the work myself. So, when you can work on them and not have that hefty, they see you coming at the auto shop type bill. It's fun. If you like working with your hands and stuff, it's just, I don't know, as we get older, we start wanting things the way we want them, and you got to figure out how to DIY, or else.
Right. Right.
But when you're ready for one, let me know, bro, and we'll find the one you want together, and I'm the guy to help.
Well, the thing is that that if I was to get one, I'd be the one wrenching it.
Why, you don't like get your hands dirty?
No, bro, she's the wrencher, bro. I cook, she wrench.
Nice.
People have no idea. People have no idea, but that's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth.
Yeah, they're fun cars. I mean, I don't know how to like open up the tranny or the engine, like rebuild that, but everything up to that, it's pretty simple stuff, And when you get one with a good working AC, then they're just super fun to cruise. It's got to have AC in Hawaii.
So man, you have been behind the scenes for the past, I don't know, 10 years, still performing and still singing, but you have been helping everybody else, me in particular, in the beginning part of my studio time. What made you finally, I guess, move back to your hood, and then like now you are releasing a single like every 3 days?
Well, let's not get too carried away. But, I just had some life events come up for me that prompted me to move home. I mean, I'm from Lahaina, I'm from Maui. And, you know, I lived in Hilo, on the Hilo side of the Big Island for like almost 20 years, 18 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, the circumstances came up that I got a job opportunity to go back. And so I took it, and it's like, as soon as I got back, it was like hit the ground running with, like, you know, all of my music friends that live over there.
Mhm.
Oh, Damon's back, you know, let's do this, let's do that, let's do a
Yeah,
gig,
yeah.
let's do studio. And so it just kind of happened and snowballed into Kalani Pea asked me to do the Oh Holy Night cover with him. Super blessed. Mahalo brada Kalani Pea. And shortly after that, Napua asked me if I would do There Is Jesus video, not video, but a single from, I believe his name is, oh gosh, Zachary Williams, and Dolly Parton did that song. And, you know, it was a song that was on her heart to do for things she was going through in life. And so she asked me to do it as a duet. And I just said yes. You know, it was funny too, because she asked me to do a duet. And then like 3 days later, I get a text like, oh, what's your faith? I'm like, why? She's like, oh, because it's a Jesus song. Do you believe in God? I'm like, yes, I believe in God. Everything's fine. So we did the song, and like a few weeks later, her video guys came down. We did a video. So it's just what has happened for me is I am basically, what has happened for me is that because those projects happened as quickly as they did, it sort of made me realize not necessarily how easy it is to do music, but essentially it is. I mean, as long as you can produce the project, get it on digital platforms, and do a video, that's the name of the game now. You don't need a record label. You don't need a distribution deal. You don't need all of those things from the old model.
Yeah.
From basically the last time I was releasing music back in 2012, those things were just starting to fall off the cliff, but now they're gone. So as long as you basically take the time to educate yourself in how to maneuver in the digital realm and social media and stuff, I realized, hey, if now's the time, you know what I mean? Like I can put all of my everything I've learned, all of my skill set, all of my talent into a really valiant effort to try to hammer it down now, because these things weren't available back when you were in Ehukai. You know what I mean? Like, like it's a whole new world, and I'm just doing my part to get back on the saddle, basically.
Well, that's been amazing though, Damon, because it's you're like full speed galloping, going, rocking and rolling, and it's been such a
trying.
It's been such a pleasure to air your music on Kapa Hawaiian FM. I mean, like seriously, like we got all your duets. I mean, it's happening. So when is the release of a new project?
When I get back to Maui, I'm going to hopefully by Valentine's Day have my next full-length album done. I'm definitely back in the studio with a Christmas project that'll be released this year. And I'm working with a guy in Canada named Chris Khan. His Instagram is DM Khan. Super talented. He's a Holly kid, and if you listen to his music, you'd swear that like Style Scott or Sly Dunbar was producing the tracks. Wow. So I'm gonna get with him to do a bucket list project of mine, which is like all of my favorite classic roots reggae songs, like Ika Mouse stuff, Burning Spear, Wailing Souls, Israel Vibration, like that kind of a project. So I'll without question have 3 albums done by summertime this year, and then kind of take a little bit of a break and really figure out what I want to do artist development wise into like recreating basically my adult sound, not the 20s sound anymore, because you know we gotta try and grow as artists.
We always talk about how people not reinvent themselves, but how they remain relevant.
Through or you mature with the time, and your music changes, your views change. Like, you know, you hear rappers in their 50s, is like they go from talking about chicks to mortgages, you know, things like that. you know, right. And same with music. And it's funny because as you get older too, you tend to
rapping about insurance policies.
No, but also like what you're doing with your favorite reggae projects, right? You get to an age to where you're like, you know what, I want to actually do all the stuff I've always wanted to do and kind of pay tribute to all the guys that kind of made my sound kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy. I'm just so blessed, man. I mean, I feel like I've had like just I've never heard of anybody that had the same road that I've had to hoe. You know, I was lucky to hook up with Gilly Rochelle when I was like 17 years old. He did my first album. I literally went straight from that into doing a record deal with Fiji, who was at the time like at the top of the food chain, bringing that Brada Walta Hawaiian-esque, you know, kind of island reggae sound full tilt into the marketplace. And then I got with Pomai and Loeka, and we had our, I don't even know, almost 10-year hoorah, doing very well on mostly the Big Island. And then it was family time, you know. So now that I have this opportunity to try to, you know, really dig deep into myself and figure out what, like, who's Damon, you know, like, what do I have to say? What do I want to sing about? What do I want my legacy to be? That's kind of where I feel I'm at this point, you know.
Well, I have to say, Damon, I just want to connect the dots here. I remember Kukahi Waikiki Shell. And I want to say it was the
1996, baby.
It was first Kukahi, and we were performing with Kumu Nanilem Yap and the ladies of Naleo Koholoku. And we performed, and here comes Damon Williams, all looking like I'll Be Sure, all fatness. And then I believe we went to an event thereafter. I know you didn't have age. I think we were at Punani's or something.
Punani's, yeah.
We did something fun.
That was an experience of a lifetime for me at that time.
But anyways, I remember this. I remember this because Keali'i, your life, and then here we are some decades later, and you continue to amaze the community. You continue to amaze the music industry with your talent. So congratulations. And I'm so happy that this new journey of finding Damon, we're excited to see what comes from that.
I appreciate your sentiments. You know, that's, you're so kind. I mean, I've always just felt like I'm not Hawaiian, but I grew up here my whole life. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm completely local to these islands, and I've always just felt like this Lahaina boy that, you know, had a decent voice and just wanted to sing. So whatever comes my way in God's timing and God's plan, I'm more up for it now than ever before, if that makes sense, you know, because I've been on my walk for, you know, a while, and I've been denying, you know, my Lord and Savior for like 22 years, not denying, but, you know, just trying to do things my own way, man's way. And that has recently changed for me. And I will say that when you actually let God take the helm of your life, it is truly amazing how the blessings really just start to just overfill your cup. That's the only way I can explain it, is it just overfills your cup with abundance, you know?
Well, that sums it up right there. That definitely sums it up. Damon, how can people continue to follow you and get your music, social media platforms?
Apple Music. I'm on Apple Music, and I'm about to upload all of my previous albums, so everything will be there. Amazon Music. My IG is Damon Williams Music. If you have any inquiries, it's Damon Williams Music at yahoo.com. And my Facebook is, it's either Damon Williams the artist or Damon Williams Music on Facebook. I'm still like, I literally just hired somebody to do all that stuff. So like, it's, you know, when you weren't even on Facebook for 3 years and then you like turn it back on, it's like, wait a minute, is this what it even looked like before?
Oh, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Some closing thoughts, Jazz?
No, you know, one thing, I don't know if I told you this in person. I was talking with a mutual friend of ours, Lucas, one day. We're talking about you, and he had this great description. He says, Damon Williams has a Lamborghini in his throat.
This is like let's get out there on the freeway and see what she can do.
That's it.
Hey, I wanna give you some props too, Jazz, man. I'm so happy and so proud to just be a colleague and a friend of yours and to have watched your growth through the years. You know, I remember when I met you, the time I remember meeting you was the year Ehu Kai won for Molokai Slide, and I met you at the Hokus. I met you and Kaulana Kele at the Hokus, brother.
I remember that.
And you know, to see how far you've come from playing drums to being on the radio and now being a very successful studio owner, man. You know, it's props, man. You know, life is a journey, and it's worth living every moment of it. And I can't wait to do some more stuff with you.
Oh, dude, love you. Real quick, a lot of, you know, when I was I went through a divorce, and then I wanted to have a studio, and I didn't have no money. Damon hooked me up with my first stuff, let me make payments. Nah, big props, bro. I love you, man.
No, it's all good, brother. We gotta do something together. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be big when we do.
Okay.
It's hard to wait. It's so hard to sing with Damon, because when Damon sings, you go, well, why don't you just sing it yourself?
Crazy.
Your guy's boyfriend, girlfriend.
Crazy. Don't be lazy.
Stop.
Love you, bro.
Take care, Damon. We love you.
I love you guys.
Love you,
have
bro.
a great day. God bless.
100, bro.
Aloha.